Hello YouTube, welcome to another video. Today Sage with Angel Konan, who I got by, was it spending or recharge? Can't even remember. And I was spending on something and ended up getting her. I wasn't aiming for her. But since I had her, I thought I used her. I tried her in some crappy team that I screwed up in Spacetime Final. And since then I've tried her in a couple of teams. I think there's probably going to be another team with probably some random what I use in Bones with a slightly different team. But I decided to go with Jonin Minato for Sage, and very first fight, even though I had refreshed soon before Sage, I got mystery lag in the very first fight, very first round, and it just got worse from there on. I didn't fight a lot of high powers, so I managed to keep the streak, but the missile delay is just an absolute mistake. It's taken away any fun that I had in PvP, and it's been like this for a while anyway. So yeah, the idea of this team, I mean, to be honest, I could almost auto every single round, every single fight, to be honest, because you can use Kisame very first round to clear barriers or just to get some sharks in the field or whatever, and then very second round you use Angel Konan. I did, on some fights I did risk getting to, trying to use Angel Konan round 1, and that's fine. There isn't a lot of teams out there that can stop Angel Konan round 1 anymore. Not a lot of people using Itachis or Masked Men. I didn't fight that many. But the safest option is to wait until round 2, gather as much chakra as you can round 1, so that you buff Konan to the max at the beginning of round 2. And yeah, that's what I did in pretty much most of the fights. I did have Johnny Minato there mostly for the combo and the fact that he scales when he chases. A more blitz version of this team will be to have, I guess, Playboy Sasuke. But I only recently got Playboy Sasuke, I haven't awakened him. And besides, there's quite a few of those teams running around, especially in the sides of Bones, so I thought that I'd use something different. And I think it's fun and it kind of works out. Yeah, it wasn't about Sage. I was hoping that I'd get an Ashirama video this week instead, but I haven't got any footage. Well, I do actually have, by now I've got some footage of Ashirama, so I'll make a video with them hopefully for next week. You can see I am not running Flower Guard, which I probably should, but this is Sage, so I don't really care about being immobilized or whatever. I'm just trying to maximize Konan's damage. So that's why I went with that. If this was like a space-time battle or Matsuri, then I will be using Flower Guard, but for the sake of Sage, I didn't go with it. And that team there, with Okage Minato, is another version of this team, a very good version of this team. The reason why they actually lasted as long was with the resistance buff from Okage Minato. But again, I'm not trying to make my team last longer, I'm trying to make my team just kill. But if you're going to use the team for space-time, proper 1v1 fights, then Okage Minato is a very good version for this team. You could go with the King of Hell. It works quite nicely. But otherwise for Sage, and probably Playboy Sasuke is going to be the best, or at the very least one of your best options for this team. Unless you don't want to use Shark Kisame, then you could try Arekaze Kagigara or normal Gara to give a field buff. That can work quite nicely as well. Here the Raikage goes after my main and gets mobilized, but at this point, given the HP left, it doesn't really matter what got CC'd or not. I mean, even Minato by himself would clean up the fight, even if he had to go another round. So CC is not really much of a problem. Susanoo Itachi's move 1, there isn't many of those around anymore, or Masked Man move 1. you don't see that much either. So it's quite hard to stop my Kisame, especially as I've got one of the fastest second positions in my cluster. So it's fairly safe team to use. And yeah, that's about it. We're not even about 5 minutes into the video. And I don't really have much else to talk about. So I'll probably just leave the fights going on. Or maybe not. We'll see, I guess. The sharks are a little bit annoying because they just delay the fight, but technically they're easy to kill, so you get chakra for their deaths. But it wasn't working quite like that on this stage. A lot of the sharks often didn't die, and that was quite annoying. It was in fact a very annoying stage. I did get the result I wanted at the end, which is 14 to 20 refines is what I aim for. Every stage these days. I know at one point I was sacrificing the advanced refines to benefit the videos. Recently I've been doing the opposite because I'm not spending as much because it's really not worth it. It's, Oasis doesn't deserve a bloody thing, especially the way they're running things. It's just getting worse and worse. So I'm prioritizing getting the resulting stage. That's what I want the most. Getting those 20 refines or 14 every stage is ideal, and especially as I do have to miss a lot of the stage events because of work. So when I can take it, I'll try to maximize it. This is not to say that in future I might not run, I'm not going to run fun teams, who don't know. I do change my mind quite often, and I just do what I feel like at the moment, to be fair. But I wouldn't expect it to. I try to put some safe teams for Sage, just try to ensure that I get as many refines as I can. There is some teams that I want to try, like the Raikage there. I haven't used the Raikage in a very long time, so I'd like to try him. In fact, I haven't used either of the Raikages in a long time, but especially the 4th Raikage. So we'll see if I manage to do that at some point or not. I still don't really like these themes for Sage all that much, but it can work. Maybe go with a barrier team or something, because I haven't been running barrier teams for a while. They're still very dangerous. Barriers are still very dangerous. I mean, that 40% buff, it can still cause a lot of damage. And well, here there's another Raikage team. I think the difference in power is quite big though. But Kisame will get rid of the barrier straight away and try to well, lower the damage output of Raikage. Especially when I'm not running Flower Guard, it can actually get my main immobilized, and that will be a bit annoying for the chase. But the damage from Konan will still be there, and you can't get Konan immobilized because she's got super armor. I guess second round, let's try to use Darui. And the sharks are good again against Raikage, because they do tank some of the attacks, which is quite good. And then there would just use Konan with a lot of Sakura, so our damage output is quite high. And another Raikage team. A lot of people using Raikage these days for some bizarre reason. I guess it's just far late into the game the super rares have dropped, and then again he's been on so many events that people will collect his frags or get him from the crazy slot machine, which I don't know who would use crazy slot machine these days. Is absolutely worthless, whether spending or recharge. But there's still a lot of people spending in the game, so you still get them. And if there's something that you want 1 week, and obviously there's nothing, there's not a better recharge event, the only thing you've got is crazy slot machine, then obviously you're gonna recharge to get that whatever thing you want. and you're gonna try those spins because you kind of have to, really. You're not gonna let the spins go to waste. And you might get lucky and get Raikage to drop. From top tier players, you see the odd team in space time where it's completely sacked, but otherwise you don't see him used as much, obviously, until we get the skill books or skill experiments. I don't know which one it's actually got. Maybe both, I don't know. Here's a team that I actually want to try. I've tried Lightning Main with Kushimaru, but I used Shisui. The Anoki team, I'm not that interested in it, but I might try that at some point. But I'd like to try a team with Sasori, with Eda Sasori. I have awakened him recently to +5. And don't know when I'm going to use him, but I hope I get to use him at some point soon. Whether I'll have him on the video or not, it's a totally different story though. There isn't going to be a lot of content coming out. I get this video with Angel Konan, and then after that video with Ashirama, and that's pretty much all I really want to get out. And then just the odd video every now and then when I can. But I think Sasori will be a fun ninja to mess with. Well, the reason why I haven't tried him yet is because I'll be running a buff team, but without a barrier. And then I'm going to struggle against other buff teams that have a barrier. I'm a bit skeptical about it. But it should be fun. And here you've got Kisame against Kisame with Jonin Minato there just waiting for his death. And he dies. We've got the hand team. Don't see many hand teams these days. Well, I didn't see actually any hand team in Sage for a long time. I don't know if this is because obviously a lot of people are trying to buff Angel Konan. So I don't know if that's some sort of counter for her, I guess. Although you're probably better, running resistance buff than using a full debuff. I mean, I don't know. I suppose if you don't have Okage Minato, you try to debuff the other team. And you do have, players there. You're causing ignition and poison with that kind of team with the water main and both Didara and Jinpachi, so it's an interesting team. But for Sage though, I mean, all you're doing is delaying the inevitable. And even if it's a fight that you can win, you're just delaying it, so maybe, Blitz, will benefit you in the long run. But, people free to try, and here it works quite well, because I get to, they actually launched a mysteries at the end. I don't know if they were on auto or whatever. So Kisame managed to block them all. So round 2, the only thing I have to worry about is Minato's mystery, and everyone else is going to be near dead, I imagine. I can't remember the fight, so... And that should cause a lot of damage. It's not that I didn't have as much chakra as I'd like, because, even my shards weren't really dying. At least Minato pops the dodge there, and then we have, well, we hoped to get the combo from Angel Konan. That would make more damage with all the chakra saved up, but she decided not to combo. And third Raikage with the Earth main, but here we're gonna take that area. I mean, until we have the 5 Kage, is it 5 Kage? 5 Kage Summit Tobi. Kisame is the best that you've got to remove barriers. And especially in teams that you can use chakra, like with Daedra, and now Angel Konan, there's really nothing bad out there. It can be really awkward in teams, but it's pretty much like those ninjas that he works with, and the odd other team. But in those teams that he works with, he is very, very good. But that is it's not the simplest to use. yeah, otherwise. There's a very common theme these days with so many Shisuis and Okage Minatos in the game. And sadly, Minato's resistance buff didn't help himself much on that one. I'm guessing the difference in power was quite large here. That main is not taking a lot of damage. Did they stack the main in position 4? I mean, that wouldn't surprise me. I've seen players do that. Launch the doggies at them. I don't normally use the doggies. I use the Katsuya. But this is Sage, and I can't use Mystery Round once. So since I'm trying to get kinda as much damage out as possible, then I might as well use the dogs. The for this team, Shiba would be quite nice as well, because you may increase your resistance. But it's Sage. I don't want to increase my resistance. I want to increase my damage output. We've got a Kurama going round 1 and to immobilize Jonin Minato, which is not really much of a problem. Jonin Minato is immobilized. He's there only to fill the position. It's not really needed in the team. Round 2 damage. Well, Roshi is dead, that's it, because that's the only mystery he could use round 2 until he gets a combo from Naruto. And Jonin Minato is going to do his thing, which is not going to do a lot of damage. I'm using the Sun move page, so Minato is in a resistance position. And he doesn't have a lot of strong gear on him, so he doesn't do a lot of damage. But as I said, he's only there to fill the gap. And the clones are a little bit annoying because they can just slow down, but there's not much else that I can choose as a standard, really. And once again, Angel Konan clears the field. And there's another hand team, which is interesting, but it's not going to do much. Because Mei loses the barrier, so she can't poison before each attack anymore. So this is the passive. And Han might be dead this round anyway. It actually gets the combo off. So a lot of players, low-level players get Anzu's combo more often than I get when I use Anzu. Maybe he just doesn't like me. Now, to be honest, I didn't like him at first, so it's just karma, I guess. And paper needles killing the Fire main, and that was literally the last fight, and just managed to win it before the end of Sage. So that's it. If you watched this far, thank you very much for watching. As I said earlier, I'm hoping the next video will be next week, and will be Elwashirama fights, a mixture of maybe everything, maybe some arena fights even, and some Matsuri, whatever. Well, thank you all, and we'll see you then.